Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Quantum Analyst, focusing on quantum stock investing. In today's video, I am going to review Rigetti's just released second quarter earnings. It looks there is a new narrative emerged after the earnings announcement. I will explain what it is, and if I am convinced. Stay tuned. On Thursday, August 10, 2023, after the market close, Rigetti announced its second quarter 2023 earnings. On the next trading day, Rigetti's stock price popped up as high as nearly 70%, and closed nearly 40% higher. The trading volume was close to 80 million shares, which is 10 times the recent average, and the highest since Rigetti went public. That is huge. Analysts are positive about Rigetti's earnings report. Benchmark upgraded Rigetti's rating to a buy from a hold, and set a target price of $4 per share. They cited Rigetti's solid results and said the company's strategic repositioning is already showing signs of success on multiple fronts. Needham maintained their rating of buy for Rigetti, and raised the price target to $3 from $1. Now a new narrative emerged for Rigetti: turnaround. What does it mean? Does it have ground? In order to understand what does turnaround mean for Rigetti, you'd better watch my previous video, Rigetti, what a drama. For those who don't know, here is what happened in the past 12 months. On October 31, 2022, the company suddenly announced that founder and CEO, Dr. Chad Rigetti, will step down from his position as president and CEO, but not leave the company. At same time, the company will start to search for a new CEO. This change is really sudden and unexpected. It is also very rare to see a public-listed company's CEO steps down without a successor in place. In early November 2022, just 10 days later than the announcement, the company issued an update announcement that says Chad Rigetti will fully exit from the company. Then, in less than a week, the company announced that it couldn't report the third quarter earnings within the 90 days limit required by the SEC. This is a huge red flag. Generally, this kind of incidents happened when the company have different opinions with auditors regarding the company's financial statements. Later, the board of directors admitted that the company has internal control issues. On December 8, 2022, the company announced Dr. Subodh Kulkarni will join the company as President and Chief Executive Officer. On March 27, 2023, new CEO Kulkarni attended his first earnings call at Rigetti. He said the company's priority in 2023 will be on technology, especially fidelity. At the same time, the company will cut cost. Fast forward to August 10, 2023. The company announced its second quarter 2023 earnings result. As we introduced at the beginning, Rigetti's share price and trading volume both went up sharply. What actually caused the turnaround narrative? I think it indeed have a few good news from the second quarter earnings announcements. The first good news is Rigetti's first QPU sale. In the second quarter, Rigetti delivered a 9-qubit QPU and associated hardware to a national lab. QPU is not a giant machine as many people imagined. CEO Kulkarni explained that, we can ship a finished QPU, in a FedEx or UPS box, and literally it just has to be plug-and-play kind of a system, where they can immediately attach it to their existing dilution refrigeration system and get it working fairly quickly. The second good news is a surge of customer interests. In the conference call, CEO Kulkarni said, suddenly we are very excited to see the interest we saw from the first sale we did with the national lab and the pipeline that seems to be coming along. Lot of customers are expressing interest in a 9-qubit QPU, particularly with the tunable coupler and the performance you get with the 9-qubit. He also added, at the price points I mentioned, we make fairly healthy margins, so we feel pretty comfortable that this will be a good potential revenue stream that could help us with our cash situation. The third good news is the technical progress. On the conference call, CEO Kulkarni said, and we actually published a blog today getting into the details of why we believe tunable couplers are significantly better than fixed couplers that other companies are trying to do. So I certainly encourage you to take a look at that blog that is on our website right now. So anyway, our roadmap is get 84 qubit to 98% fidelity, median 2 qubit fidelity by the end of this year, get it to 99% sometime next year, and then scale up or going from 84 to 168 and 336 and so on. This means Rigetti's technical roadmap execution is still on track. It improved investors' confidence. The last good news is about cost reduction. CFO Jeff Bertelsen said, on the expense side, total OPEX in the second quarter of 2023 was $19 million, compared to $27 million in the same period in the prior year. So it is fair to say, the turnaround narrative does have some ground. But the question is, shall we buy it? My answer is, not really. Rigetti still faces 3 major challenges. Challenge number 1, technology. Rigetti's technology is still not there yet. They are still working on improving the fidelity. As CEO Kulkarni admitted in the conference call, they are still nowhere close to quantum advantage or even narrow quantum advantage. So it's most being used for research purpose. It is still far away from commercial use. Challenge number 2, customer base. As just mentioned, Rigetti's QPU is mostly being used for research purpose. Its customer base is mainly research organizations, national labs, and academic institutes. This is a very narrow customer base and highly dependent on government funding. In the foreseeable future, this situation won't change. Challenge number 3, cash burn. At the end of June 2023, Rigetti has $105.5 million cash equivalents, and available for sale investments. Compared with $122 million as of March 31, 2023, it decreased by $16.5 million in the second quarter. During the second quarter of 2023, Rigetti raised $2.348 million from the sale of 1.869 million shares of common stock under our common stock purchase agreement with B. Riley. It still needs refinancing. CFO Bertelsen said in the conference call, based on our current operating plan, we expect to have cash equivalents, and available for sale securities of between $65 million and $75 million at the end of 2023. At this time, based on our current operating plan, we anticipate that Rigetti will need to raise additional funding by late 2024 or early 2025 to continue its research and development efforts and achieve its business objectives. To summarize, Rigetti indeed made some progress in the second quarter. But they still face serious challenges. The technology is still not there yet. Revenue is still highly dependent on government support and research labs. The company is still burning cash and needs refinancing. The risk of investing in Rigetti is still very, very high. So I am not very convinced by the turnaround narrative at this moment. This all for today. Do you have any comments? Please leave them down below. If you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe. Your support is very important for me to keep creating contents. Thanks.